Hello, family. We are live, getting ready to have a super important discussion for parents and children. So, listen, I love Jonathan McReynolds, okay? All right, listen. Okay, so whatever you do, go ahead and share this video. Again, we're getting ready to have a very, very, very important discussion about the gaming and the woes of the internet. So if you are a parent or guardian, you want to be in this conversation, hurry up, share it with somebody. I saw our author here. Hey, Monee, I see you online. I'm getting ready to bring her up in just a few minutes, you all. And listen, you all, make sure that you stay until the end because she's going to be giving away some good information. While I get her on, I hope everybody had a wonderful day. And that you are thriving and that you are being the amazing leader that you've been called to. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to get Monee on this live. The accept button. Okay, so I'm texting from my computer to make sure that she gets on. So, nevertheless, again, I am super excited because I have the opportunity of helping authors package and publish their books. And not just do that, but do it in a most excellent way. My goal is always to make sure that your book is presented to the masses in a very professional manner. I don't know about you all, but have you ever, picked up a book and they charge you like $25, and then you open it and it's like, where's the content? Okay, where is the content? And so, all right, let's see. Monee. I'm trying to get her on, you all. I'm trying to get the author on because we can really have this good conversation. Hey, Karan, make sure you stay here because you have babies and you want to hear this. Okay, y'all, we finally got the
Hi.
author here. Okay. All right. So, once again, I was just sharing with the audience tonight that I'm super excited because I get to help authors package and publish their book. And so tonight we are having a wonderful conversation, a much needed conversation with one of our LDM authors by the name of Miss Monee Brown. Hey,
Hey,
Monee.
everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Luana, for having me on this platform and being my publisher.
Oh, you are so welcome. It's such an honor. Hey, y'all, I see y'all in the chat. Instagram, I don't go live a lot. So put your name in the chat so I will know exactly who you are because sometimes I don't know the Instagram names. All right. But listen, y'all, we're going to get right into the conversation again. Stay until the end. It's not a long conversation, but you want to stay because Monee is going to be doing some giveaways. Okay. And so you want to be here when we start doing the giveaways. Oh, hi, Helen. So Monee,
Hey,
Helen is on. Okay, so
hi.
good stuff. I love it. Okay, so Monee, you are the author of not just one, not just two, but three books. Oh my goodness. How does that feel, first of all?
Absolutely. Oh, sorry, you guys. My picture fell down, but absolutely awesome. I want to just tell you this was, I didn't know I was going to do this, but God moved me a different way. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Absolutely excited.
Absolutely. Well, let's start with your children's books and then we'll go into your most recent publication. So you have, and I have my books right here. She has hardback and paperback, and both of them are children's books. So, first of all, what inspired you to write children's books about gaming and the dangers of online engagement? What inspired you to do that?
Okay, so I was a probation officer in Alameda County for 22 years, and when I joined in 2000, I started to see the movement of kids meeting people online. So it was Redbook. It was I can't think of the other. It was MySpace. They used to meet people online like that, and parents was not aware that the phones that they were providing to their children was also the source of them connecting to online strangers.
Mm.
And so I became a probation officer over sex trafficked kids. They had started a new pilot program with probation, and I started to see how many parents was not checking their kids' phones. They was not talking about the do's and don'ts of the phones, which was one don't is you're not gonna lock me out of something I'm paying for every month. Like I'm going through it. Like because what usually happens is when they come in contact with probation, who goes through it,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
So here it was, you had families, kids who had phones and they were meeting people and they were sharing
Wow.
locations. And us as parents just was unaware.
Mm.
And so we started to see so much movement of kids posting themselves, their nude pictures. They were sex texting. They were sharing information about their parents. Like people would say, "Hey, is your mama there?" And they would say, "No, Lawana not here. Come through." So and so those things were absolutely daunting as me as a mother and as a probation officer.
Yeah, so you start spreading the word and informing parents of how to be proactive instead of reactive because human trafficking is big. You and I were both probation officers. So tell me about one client, no names, but just one client, what was his or her story as it relates to this topic, this gaming and online sex trafficking?
So I recall one case where the young lady had both her parents in the home, but she was being bullied really bad at school. And she was having a very difficult time connecting with people at school. And so she started talking to unknown man online, sharing all her parents' information. Ended up one day she was left home, went to school, came back. The pimp met her at the house, cleared the house out, took all the father's things, all of that, all through the surface of her phone. He ended up taking her to Vegas. She ended up being there for a long time during what was happening, Super Bowl. And then the parents wasn't able to find her.
Mm.
And I tell you, all of that was while she was laying in the next room. She was talking to
Wow.
sorry, the light changed. She was talking to a stranger through the phone that many of us do. What we do, first thing we do is when our kids get on what you want, a phone, what you want,
Wow.
an iPad. And here's even what's scary is that what has happened during COVID, who else has given our kids access? Schools.
Mm. Mm.
All the
Wow. Wow.
at computers during schools. And how many parents was knew the password to their children's computers,
Mm.
even thought about what their kids are doing, right? And also they gave the kids email accounts. How many parents are aware that not only teachers are emailing your kids, but also their friends?
Wow. 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 That's good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this book right here. But yeah, fix that lighting so we can see your
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
face.
okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, let me fix
Okay.
it. Sorry. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna get it right now together.
Awesome. You
Okay.
good. You good. Okay. You know what may help, Monet, is if the light is on you. The light right now is behind you.
Okay.
So
So what I
that may work.
okay.
Okay, there it is. We can see you a
Okay.
little bit better there. Okay, yes. Okay, yep, there we go.
Okay.
So tell us about these characters in these two books. We have Ready, Set, Game, and then we have Operation Don't Chat Back. So let's start with Ready, Set, Game.
So I wrote it's his name is Nico. Nico is a young his age is anywhere between 8 and 13. And I wrote it because I wanted my fathers to understand that their sons can also be trafficked.
Look at
Yeah,
that, y'all. Good
yeah.
gosh. Okay.
Nico's father is talking to him about talking to people through the gaming device.
Mm-hmm.
And so many young boys chat with people playing the Xbox. And then it starts with, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine. What's your name?" And then it's part of the grooming process that happens with predators. And a lot of the kids play with people online that they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they start playing with the same people. That's to get them familiar with the predator. And they usually look for your son to see if they're online.
Mm-hmm.
You they're on with their game, their headset on. Parents, you're not able to hear what the questions are being asked of your sons or daughters while they're playing something as innocent as a game.
Wow. Wow. So that's good because you are not just isolating it to gender,
No,
because whether you have a son or daughter, this
yes,
is something that you need to be aware
correct,
of. Yes?
yes.
Yeah.
Ready, set, game! Written by Monee Brown. Illustrated by Andy Astico. Some gamers are adults pretending to be the same age as you. They'll ask you questions they don't need to know the answers.
Sometimes gamers ask where I go to school. Can I share that?
Dad shook his head. No, no one online needs to know that fact.
Yeah. Tell us the character in this book. She's so cute. Operation Don't Chat Back.
Yeah, I her name is Nia, and Nia means to have a purpose. And her purpose was to make parents aware that young girls are also talking to people, but through their cell phone. And so um, Nia was talking to a girl that looked like her, and she was sharing information, and her mom was telling her, like, "Nia, hey, you can't do, I need to go through your phone." And I want parents to understand that it doesn't mean that you don't trust your child. I want you to understand is that you shouldn't trust who they're talking to. You don't know them. You have no idea who your child is connecting with online.
Yeah, and this book is so good. I love the illustrations. I love your narrative because it's simple to follow. And I love this one because explain what's going on in the story right here because the police are called, right?
So
Okay.
calls the police, and the police officer said, "Ma'am, you basically did your child a favor, and I want you to understand that I wasn't as lucky." So I want families to understand that it can happen to
Hmm.
anyone. It can happen to an officer, it can happen to a lawyer, it can happen to any child that has access to any type of device. And if they have things called ACEs, which is adverse childhood experiences, which mean, here's some listing. Your mother is going through a divorce. Your father is incarcerated. You've been bullied. Your child is suffering through mental health. There's domestic violence. There's all kind of things that can put your child at greater risk
Hmm.
to talk to someone online.
Yeah. Repeat that for us because I think that's really good for parents to understand. You said ACE.
It,
Again, that acronym.
ACEs is adverse childhood
Hmm.
experiences. So let me give you my story. My adverse childhood experience is that my father was incarcerated.
Hmm.
My mother suffered from mental health. Because of that, would have put me at a greater risk
Hmm.
of being trafficked because I could have been talking to other people online because of my childhood
Hmm.
experience. I want people to understand that we all have a childhood story
Hmm.
that could have led us this way. The difference is when we grew up, we had a house phone. And what happened with the house phone? Your mama picked it up. Get off that phone. You ain't got, right? But with a cell phone, you can't, as a parent, there's no picking up. There's no picking. up. And if your child lock you out, how you gonna check it?
Mm,
So I want parents, before you provide a device, to set some rules,
mm,
right? So a rule is, I gotta always know the password. You can never change the password on me.
mm,
That's number one. I also want parents to understand that if you're not having those difficult conversations, sex, I remember my mama never talked to me about sex, but if you having sex talks, you're not having talks about just life, and you provide the phone, you late. Because that
mm.
Mr. Google, you Google anything, right?
Woo.
Then we have Chat GPT. So if I don't have to Google it, I can just ask AI.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I don't recall, I don't know about you, Luana, but my mother never talked to me about sex. The birds, bees, oh no. Oh no. We ain't,
You better
you
not do it.
better not do it. Do what? Right?
Yeah, yeah,
That,
yeah, yeah,
that don't do it made me want to do it. I was like,
yeah.
okay, well, what is it I shouldn't be doing? So I want parents to understand that you got to have talks prior to and ongoing
Mhm.
conversations with your child about the internet, because it is a dangerous place, especially the dark web.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get into that. So just in case I see more of you all joining, just in
Hi,
case you're
everyone.
chiming in, hey y'all, we are having a conversation with our LDM author, Monee Brown. She's the author of 3 books, 2 for children, 1 for parents and adults. And the topic around all of them focuses on gaming and the dangers of online engagement, what children should be aware of, and what parents should be aware of.
Be careful, Mom warns Nia. Online can be a dangerous place. There are some monsters online who hide behind a pretty face.
Mom, when you check my phone, does that mean you don't trust me?
Nia wanted to know.
Okay, Monee, let's go back to the dark web. Please explain, what is that? What are the messages that you want parents and children to know?
The dark web is a dangerous place. It's where they can buy sex, drugs, guns, and they can also meet people. Your credit card information is probably in the dark web. I want parents to become more knowledgeable about the internet. The days of, I don't know, I'm not worried. You have to become worried. Because listen, what did COVID change, parents? COVID changed that now you used to tell your kids, don't get in the car with strangers. Oh, there's an Uber outside. Go on and I'll see you in a minute, right?
Mhm.
It changed. It also changed. Now you can get food delivered to your door. Kids open the door to strangers. Why? Your food is at the door. And
Mm,
and also, you don't have to leave the comforts of your own home these
mm.
days. You can get drugs delivered. That
Wow.
never happened when I was a young person. And I just want parents to know that there's power in the hand.
Mhm.
That if you don't know what's in the phone, it can absolutely be not only your child's safety, but yours too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Predators are not just preying on your child, they preying on you as parents.
Mm. And they're not positioning themselves as the adults sometime that they are. They're pretending to be their 10-year-old friend,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Their 12-year-old friend, right? Yeah, good stuff. I just saw my brother joined. Hey,
I,
Ira.
I had a brother
So
named Ira too.
yeah, yeah. So the cool thing is that Monee and I both have brothers by the name of Ira, and my brother has a school there in Sacramento. So a shout out for Monee to my brother, because she would be a great presenter to your staff. Hey, Ira, I see you. Okay, so far I hear
Mhm.
this. Okay, I see you, John Johnson. Very good, issues to the point. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so Bottom line is parents have passwords, all right?
Yeah.
And have that conversation. Number two, have frequent checks on the desktop, the laptops, the cell phones, etc. Now tell me, what do you say to parents? Because you know these kids are sneaky.
Hmm.
So, what do you say to parents who children figure out how to get their cell phone, and then they have like Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts under fictitious names?
Well, that's the part of having the access to the passwords to the phone, because parents, you can see that as well,
Mm,
right? And I want to say, parents, please stop tagging your children online. Let me just give you an example. Say you are a parent that says, listen, you tag your, and I'm just going to use example. You have 5 friends and you say, my daughter Lawana just graduated from college. I'm so happy. And we do want to share those great accomplishments. But I tag 5 people. Each person has 5,000 friends. And one click, parents, you have opened up your child to 25,000 people. And one click.
mm.
The statistics say one person is going to message your child.
Wow.
What is the message going to say? It could be something like, hey, I remember when you was a little child. Or it could be something like, you is super pretty. How you doing? Right?
Wow.
And one
Mm-hmm.
click, the statistics are a large, very high for predators online. I also want parents to understand that predators are not only just men, they're women too.
Mm.
And they're also children. I had a lot of, and Lawana, you can testify to that. I had more predators as children than I did as adults. I had one person, I recall in particular, she had pimped out a child. Well, she was a child, but she was 26. She was disabled. Put her on a bus and sold her to 3 adult men off of 18 Transit. I want you to know that there could be predators in your child's school.
Mm.
Yes, children are predators too. They don't register, but they have done sexual offenses to someone else.
So are you telling me, Monet,
Mm.
that my beautiful daughter, my handsome son, it's their first day of school, and I just want to post how handsome little Ricky is and how beautiful Rashida is, and I want to put that on. What are you telling me as a parent? What
I'm
are you
telling you,
telling me?
and put it on, but don't share their name and don't tag no other people. And if your child has a page, don't you tag it. Don't do it. There's somebody that's gonna say, girl, you hecka
Mm-hmm.
pretty. How you
That's good.
and also parents, don't share their Venmo accounts. Do you know that the way that pimps is paying your child is through this Zelle and Venmo? The exchange of money no longer happens. I'll ask you, when is the last time many parents have actually had cash and handed cash to someone?
Mm.
I'll
Wow.
most now are doing things. Oh, you got Zelle, you got Venmo, let me send it to you. That's where the how people are paying your child. So I also encourage parents to check your child's Venmo, check their Zelle,
Mm.
because other people could be sending your child money for favors they need to do or have done.
Mm. Wow. Wow. And Cash App, right?
And Cash App, yes.
Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. So I see some parents that are still joining Monet,
Hey,
and whether they're, hey, parents, so whether they're on the live or watching the replay, how can they use your two children's books? And we're going to get to the book next for the parents, but how can they use your two children's books to just to help educate their children of just the dangers of what's lurking out there for them?
so my books are just a starter, parents. It is a way to start the conversation. Is it a hard conversation? It absolutely is. It is ongoing conversations for you to read to your children and to start asking, be inquisitive. Say, oh, this book was pretty deep. What you think about it? Has this ever happened to you? Or do you know any friends this has ever happened to? Um, because it's a lot of talk about this in the schools. I'm in plenty of schools in Richmond High School, and parents be amazed how many children are meeting people through dating apps. A
Wow.
fish, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They're meeting kids through TikTok, Snapchat. It's many apps that your child has access to meet people.
Wow. So Monet, I see the audience, the live audience, they're chatting. Can you see the comments as
Yes,
well, Monet? So
thank
yeah, I won't pronounce the name because it's the Instagram tag, but nevertheless, she says the books are perfect for creating a conversation with your children. That's so good. Highly favored said the most innocent means
you.
resources can be manipulated for evil. Thank you so much for sharing this information and starting these necessary conversations for our children. Thank you, Monet. Listen, y'all, every parent, make sure you connect. If you are a person who has influence over children, whether it's in a nonprofit organization, if you're an educator in a school, if you are a ministry leader at a church, connect with her. I'm going to make sure that I put the information below this video. Share it, watch the replay, get this good information. Okay, Monet. So we said we wouldn't be on long tonight, but
Okay.
I must talk about your third book, this last book, and this is for the parents. It's a narrative.
Woo!
But
Uh,
baby, the topic of this book is called Cyber Pimp.
yeah,
Only Monet
that's
Brown.
right.
Okay. Listen, let me tell y'all, when we were working on this project together, part of my job as an author's coach is to help you come up with your book title, with your chapter topics, etc. And we were going back and forth. I forget the other names that we had, but Monet emailed me. She was like, I got it, sister. And I said, well, what is it? She said, Cyber Pimp. I said,
Uh,
okay, let's roll with it. You have that copy with you, Monet? I don't have a copy of
I,
that book
I do.
here
I
with me. Okay. Yep. Can y'all see that book, Cyber Pimp? The pimp is on the front. Oh my goodness.
had.
Okay. So really quick, what is that book all about?
So I realized that I need to let parent have a guide for parents, so that they're able to help themselves with their children. Meaning, I needed to talk directly to you and
Mm-hmm.
say, here are some things that you should do to safeguard not only your child but yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There, and I walked through about the laws. Obama, President Obama, he got things rolling for us, but it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to have ongoing conversations about keeping our child safe, because this is their world. This internet stuff is not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Each
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I'm looking at your book because, of course, I'm privy to have the book, which is coming out, y'all. Y'all look for it. It's coming. It's going to be on all platforms. But you have a chapter in here called Common Flags for Parents. Just tell us a few flags from that parents should be aware of that we haven't discussed
Mhm.
already.
One flag is if your child has an enormous amount of money in their
Uh-huh.
account, unexplained. Maybe their mood changed. Maybe they're sleeping a lot. Are they coming home with expensive gifts? Like you buy your child's Nikes and they come in with some Louboutins. Like, who is buying that? Right? Are they missing a lot of school? Wearing a lot
Wow.
of stuff. Is their hair different? And I will, at school, are they hanging out with grown people and you don't know the name? And I tell you, these are the days that parents, you got to know who your children are talking to. Who are your children's friends? Have you met the parents? Have you been to the house? There are so many
Mm,
stories about houses. You know, Luana, how many houses we've been in. Have you
yeah,
been into the house? Because
yeah.
maybe the friend's house that they're going to, the parents are the pimp. Because I
Woo.
will tell you, there is some families out there that are okay with pimping their children out. We
Yeah,
met those too. You recall, Luana, we had
yeah.
families that were, they felt that was their,
Their
they had they
business.
their,
That was their business.
and
So just how you said how these cyber pimps groom our children, you actually have parents that are grooming their children and their children's children.
yeah,
Just speaking of our days in probation, I remember I had a grandmother who was only about probably 50, but she was a grandmother. Her daughter was in the business, and then I had the granddaughter on my caseload. And I said, well, who taught you this? She said, oh, my grandma and my mother. And I'm like, whoa. So that's some good stuff. Know who your children's friends are. Absolutely.
and
Listen, anything else you want to say to the parents?
and I just want you to know that listen, this parenting is hard. I want
Mm,
you guys to all give yourselves some grace and network with other parents, because the worst thing is, and I see it every week, someone's child is missing on Facebook.
mm,
And the great thing though about the internet is we're able to get information out faster. And we don't have to wait on the police. If your child is missing, it's out there instantly, right? That's the great thing. But also your child's business is out just
mm,
as fast. Out
yeah.
out missing, just as they can meet someone just as fast as you can press send.
Mm, wow. That's good information. Parents, I'm telling you, I'm looking at the table of contents. She talks about family and community support, navigate assistance programs. And so she gives programs that can help you and that can partner with you to help raise your son or daughter and give you some more insight as it relates to this. She talks about why pursuing therapy. Ooh, that's a whole nother live.
Yeah.
Okay, before we give away some
Uh-huh.
gifts, y'all stay to the end so we get ready to give away some gifts. But
Uh-huh.
Monee, I just looked in your table of contents and I see what is narrative therapy. So really quick, enlighten the parents about narrative therapy.
Narrative therapy is a modality, and so I got my master from St. Mary's and love narrative therapy because it does not look for diagnosing your child first. It looks at the history. What have your child been through? How can we help them? What kind of trauma? Many therapists go in, and I understand there's insurance reasons, but many other therapists look in first diagnosing your child with bipolar, depression, or whatever. Narrative therapy says we want to wonder what happened to you. What
Mhm.
what kind of experiences have you had that have led you to this trauma? And so I enjoy narrative therapy. Um, I am doing therapy with another modality, but I enjoy narrative therapy because it doesn't, especially children of color, it doesn't lead with a
Whoa.
diagnosis.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, parents, I pray that if you don't hear anything else she said tonight, make sure you get that one, okay? Don't allow those in the system, those who are practicing therapy, because all of us are practicing our
Yeah,
craft, to lead with the diagnosis and to lead with
yeah,
medication. And again, both of us have been in that field where we have helped children and adults. And sometimes that's the first thing that they will resort to, that you need this for bipolarism, you need this for depression, right? And so you want to make sure that they employ narrative therapy. That's so good. Okay, Monee, you've written three
yeah.
books. Do you have any more books that you're going to write?
I got a few of them up my sleeve. I don't want to give out too much, but they coming. Just know they coming. And so I just want to lastly say, if anyone, I would love for my books to be in schools. Contact us so we can get this out. into the schools. You guys, this is such needed information for our babies. We gotta save them. And lastly, I'm open to coming to speak at any school about this cyber this cyber world that we all trying to understand.
Yeah. How do they connect with you?
So they can get me at not our kids, K as in kite, NOTOUR kids with a Z.com. And the not means that it's taking all of us, the community, the schools, the parents, not ours. You telling the predators, not our children. You
Yeah.
know, you go leave our babies alone. So that,
Leave our
yeah,
babies alone.
yes,
Not our kids with a
yes,
Z
that's
dot com.
.com.
Dot
Yes,
com. And that's also all of her social media handles as well. Make sure you follow her tonight on TikTok. Man, her TikTok page is
yes,
fire, okay?
yes.
Make
Come
sure
on
you
through with it. Yes,
follow
I
her
saw
on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you connect through her website. So parents are saying in the chat, Monee, do you plan on writing books more geared to high school students? Is that a yes or no?
it is an absolute yes. So can I just, I'm going to drop, is that Cron 0722? Thank you for that question. So as I'm in high schools, I can tell you my biggest thing I see is self-harm. These kids is hurting themselves. They are saying that they want to die more than I have ever seen. So yes, my next book can self-harm. And and we they got to tell somebody. That is absolutely what I plan to do.
Yeah. And Dr. Casey Nevels, she said, great dialogue is so
Thank
necessary.
you.
Okay. Yes. Okay, Monee, let's give
Okay.
away some stuff, especially for the people who stayed to the end.
Okay.
What do you want to give away? What you want to give away tonight?
I'm going to give away a set of books in my new book.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you want to give it away to three different people? Three different
Yep.
people.
Three. Yep.
Okay, three different people. So we have some folks here that's still on. If you do not have a copy of her book, somebody in the chat, please tell me, what does grooming mean?
Mhm.
What does grooming mean? She talked
Oh,
about grooming. Put that answer in the chat. What is grooming? And she's going to send you a free book tonight. You're going to have to inbox her your address. Don't put it in
yes.
the chat, okay?
Yeah. Don't put on the
All
chat.
right.
No predator
What is
show
grooming?
up.
What is
Yeah.
grooming? What is grooming? What is grooming? Anybody? Anybody? Somebody? Or you could put in the chat me, and then I'll bring you up so you can answer the question. Anybody? What is grooming for this free book? What is grooming?
Hey,
I I hear you typing. I hear you typing. Okay.
well,
Oh, okay, so Jamnac. She said, great
hi,
presentation.
everyone.
I think you should give her one. Karan has been here since the beginning. Okay? Karan, you get a
Yeah.
free book. You get a free book. Okay? That's two. One more person. Monee has three books that
Yeah.
she's giving away. Who
Yeah.
else is online tonight? So remember that let me see. I'm not sure the name, but Jam Nace. I hope I'm
Oh,
saying that right.
that's a new
Make sure you
word.
inbox
Yeah.
Monee, and Karan. Make sure you
Read
inbox Monee.
I me.
And that last book, we're gonna give it to Dr. Casey. Is that okay? Okay. I see Dr. Casey online. So make sure. Oh wait, Dr. Casey, I may have to retract my statement because John Johnson just put in the chat. It means to prepare your child.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Okay, clearly was listening tonight. So please, those three people, make sure you inbox Monee at notourkids.com.
yeah.
I'm sorry, not our kids on
Not
Instagram. Okay,
it's on Instagram.
on
Yes.
Instagram, and she will send that free book to you. Mona, thank you so much for your passion. Thank you for your purpose. Thank you for saying yes to the call. We know that birthing these projects have not been easy.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you for trusting to LDM to be your publisher. It's been such a great pleasure, and certainly look forward to helping you publish more messages to the masses. You want to say a final word to the audience?
Yes, I just want to thank everyone. I tell you, it took a village. I see a lot of people on here that has sat with me writing these books. So I just want to tell everyone thank you. And please just spread the word and share my pages, because that's what it takes. It takes a village to get the word out. So thank you, everyone.
All right. Okay, have a good night, y'all. Love you much. And we'll see y'all soon. Okay, bye-bye.
There's a leader inside of you, waiting to guide people